You may find yourself in a time where we have to service the manual pull strap awning. Now, one repair in particular that can be a little bit sketchy if we don't do it right is that of any sort of spring replacement or adding tension to the spring. Now, the way that these awnings work is they have a spring that is coiled up on the inside of our roll tube, and as we roll the tube out, we are going to be adding tension, and when the tube is rolled back in, it's releasing that tension, and that's actually what's bringing the awning back in. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where maybe I'm looking at my awning and the fabric is sagging, it's not maybe quite rolling up right, there could be a problem with the spring, and that's where a repair like this would be necessary. So if you do find yourself in this position, the one thing that I want to stress more than anything about it is you have to be very, very careful, and you have to be very, very safe. And if you are, the repair itself is not that scary, but if you lose sight of it, there are injuries or worse that could possibly happen. So I want to go through what that looks like today. There are a couple of different types of manual pull strap awnings, so what you see might be a little bit different. And when it comes to relieving the tension or adding the tension, I'm actually going to use a tabletop mock-up. So yours is going to be a little bit different than mine, but all of these same core fundamentals are the same. Now, really, when it comes down to it, the first thing that we need to plan and prepare for is how we are going to secure the awning and how we are going to support the awning, because when you remove one of the head from the arms, then that's what's ultimately going to be necessary. So when it comes to supporting it, I recommend that you have a second person or a ladder, something that that awning roll tube can rest on once we have it down. And another key consideration for you to make is whether or not your manual pull strap awning will have struts in it, because securing the arms is also going to be a really big deal. Now, I'm going to perform this on the 1000 XL series destination awning, and there is not a strut on it, but if you're using the 1000 series, this is something that we are going to need to secure the arms using zip ties and running it behind the pin. So with that being said, let's jump right in. I'll show you what screws we need to undo and talk a little bit more about where to put our pin. Here we have a cotter pin. Now, this is one of the most important parts in this whole repair process, because this is what's going to lock that head in place and keep it from spinning, from slapping your hand. If some of you have ever had a run-in with this, you know how awful that can be. You know just how important it is to get this in and secure to keep that head from doing it. So one thing I'll recommend, always use the cotter pin. If you guys are thinking maybe I have a substitution or I have maybe some other sort of metal that I'll put in that hole or whatever the case might be, I don't recommend that. I like the cotter pin. It's very easy to put in, it's very easy to pull out, which we'll have to do both of those as well. And before we get started removing our screw here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take our pin and we're just going to simply place it in the awning. I'm going to push it all the way in and I'm going to lock it down. So we'll see it clip in there. This is going to keep that awning head from being able to spin. And now we're really ready to unscrew the arm cap from the top. This is going to be the next step for this awning. Might look a little bit different for the 1000 series, as you'll note, but for this one, this is what we're going to do next. I'm just going to take our Phillips head and I'm going to undo this screw. And now that we have the screw off, I can go ahead and just lift this arm off. Let's head down to my tabletop mock-up. I want to show you just what exactly the best way to apply that tension is. Now that we have the arm cap off of the arm, it's time for us to now remove the cotter pin, and this is where things can get very, very dicey. We want to make sure at all times to keep a firm grasp on the components we know will spin, and yours might look a little different than mine depending on which awning you have. All the core principles are the same, and the safety is just as important. The easiest way that I've found to keep control of those spinning components is to, with one hand, hold using a comfortable but firm grasp, and with the other we're going to go ahead and remove the cotter pin. Now once we do, you're going to feel that tension want to release right away. This is where it's critical that we keep a strong grip and we don't let it spin free. So once I remove this pin, I can now use my other hand and I'm just going to cup the spinning component with both of my hands and allow it to very slowly release within them. Still keeping control. and we'll feel that tension sort of release, and this is going to be where we can now undo the screws in the end cap. The 3 screws in the end cap is how we are going to be able to remove it from the roll tube, and we are going to slide out that spring. And once we do, we are going to wind up with something like this. Now, the best thing to really note about this is how a new assembly might come for you. It is going to have this unique shape on the end of it. This is actually what's going to fit inside the roll tube, and it's critical that we get it right. So once we do, we are ready to insert it. You're going to want to make sure that it lines up with these 3 sections of the roll tube. We're going to give it a slight spin to make sure it's locked in place, and then we can go ahead and return the screws to the end cap to hold it in place. Now, it's also important to make sure that we still have our screws through the poly cord, that all of that is still the same. Now, another tricky part of performing this is actually making sure that we add tension to the awning in the safest but the most correct way as possible. And really, a lot of the same principles apply, where when we are adding that tension, we don't want to let it go. Now, me personally, I will use sort of an over and under grip to keep in contact as much as I can, both of my hands. This is what's going to prevent it from slipping. For you, this is what I recommend. And once we have our tension in place, that's where we can actually lock that cotter pen back in, and we'll be able to set it atop the arm. Now, depending on the length of your awning, this is what determines how many rotations we get. And we can see here this guide that divides it up 6 feet or shorter. We're only actually going to have 1 spring, but anything above that, we're going to have springs on both sides. Now, from the drive side, which is the top right, if you're looking in at the awning, this is the head that's going to be rotated counterclockwise. This is the tightening rotation for it. The idle side, which is on the left side, if you're on the outside looking in, this is what's going to go clockwise. And if you have 2 springs in your awning, they're going to be needed to rotate opposite of one another. This is how the tension is going to be applied. So just keep a look out on this chart, keep a look out in the graph. This is in the manuals for any of the manual spring awnings that will show you just exactly the tension we need. Now, if you over tighten it, this could be exceptionally dangerous. If any time we have a spring that has too much tension, it's liable to break, and you could imagine this could be a unsavory predicament. If we don't have enough tension though, and we only put a couple turns when maybe it needed many more, anything for instance under 6 feet, 15 turns, if we only put in a fraction of that, we might not have the retracting power we need, and you could have that sagging fabric as well. So just follow that document. Once you are ready, this is my recommendation, is that we will actually take the awning head and we are going to put in our rotations. You'll notice that I have a firm grip. I hold it with this one and I turn it, and I just keep rotating this head while keeping both of my hands on it. And then once I have the desired amount of rotations, in this instance, you could imagine if it were 15, then I'm just gonna take my cotter pin, I'm gonna lock it down, and now we can put it back on the arm. To boil that down, the key things: number 1, safety is the most important thing with the manual pull strap awning, spring tensioning. We are going to make sure to be safe about the struts that might need lockdown with zip ties in this awning with that cotter pin that's going to keep the head from spinning, and always keep a firm grip so that you don't wind up slapped yourself.